This morning, as few as we are, we know that you are here in the midst of us. Bless each one, lead us close to you, and thank you for your great love and your presence in our lives. In Jesus' dear and most precious name, amen. Now for our first hymn, let's turn to number 163, shall we? Number 163. Number 163. Alas, and did my Savior plead, and did my sovereign die? Would he devote that sacred head for someone such as I? At the cross where I first saw the light, and the burden of my heart rolled away. It was there by faith I received my sight, and now I am happy all the day. Was it for crimes that I have done? He suffered on the tree. Amazing pity, grace unknown, and love beyond degree. At the cross where I first saw the light, and the burden of my heart rolled away. It was there by faith I received my sight, and now I am happy all the day. But drops of grief can ne'er repay the debt of love I owe. Here, Lord, I give myself away. 'Tis more than I can do. At the cross where I first saw the light, and the burden of my heart rolled away. It was there by faith I received my sight, and now I am happy all the day. Let us all kneel to our great God, shall we? Kind Father in heaven, thank you for your great love, for your great care for us little people. Thank you for safety on the highway, that you brought us to church safely this morning. Even if there are only some few here, thank you for bringing us safely. You know where all the others are. You know their thoughts, their attitudes, their reasons, their needs. Dear God, bless each one. We think of Abe and Hilda this morning. Abe is not doing real well. Bless and guide and strength, guide in his care. Bless Loretta as she tries to help out. And bless Hilda, strengthen her. And dear God, all of your people, lead us all close to you. And thank you for your word that brings us together this morning. And thank you for all the great songs you give to us. In Jesus' dear and most precious name, amen. Hear our prayer, O Lord. Hear our prayer, O Lord. Incline thine ear to us, and grant us thy peace. And now it's time for the offertory. Michael, do you have an offertory for us? Randy, will you pay? We always miss out on the offertory because we're having the offertory.
You want me to play something? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I would like to have you play something, but this thing is playing something, or will.
Oh, okay.
Now you know where the offering
Let me
bucket
tell you
is, and
something.
you know what it's for.
The
and where to
practice of
put it.
tithing has not been a church's invention. As well as the Sabbath, it has been established by God Himself, and it is practiced by all those who recognize Him as the Creator and Provider, and who accept the Bible as His Word. It was by Jesus Christ Himself, who gave His life for the life of the world, that this plan was devised. Abraham paid tithe long before the establishment of the Jewish nation, because instead of being a Jewish institution, tithe was planned to be a blessing to the whole of humanity. When alone, far from home, and with no material support, Jacob also promised to God, "Of all that you give me, I will surely give a tenth to you." As the Israelites were about to be established as a nation, the law of tithing was reaffirmed. "And all tithe of the land is the Lord's. It is holy unto the Lord. And concerning tithe of the herd or the flock, of whatever passes under the rod, the 10th one shall be holy unto the Lord." But how can I know if tithe should really be 10% of all the income or increase? Can I return a different percentage as tithe? Should I return it from my salary only? What about the other incomes? Good questions. The very word tithe is a translation from the Hebrew word maaser, which means a tenth or 10%, which is the same. So, as any percentage different from that cannot be called tithe, it is very important for the believer to regularly verify all the income or increase from any source, recognize it is coming from God, and calculate the exact amount that represents 1/10 of the blessing. Let us follow Solomon's invitation. Honor the Lord with your possessions and with the first fruits of all your increase, so your barns will be filled with plenty, and your vats will overflow with new wine.
So tithe is an interesting concept. Tithe is 1/10. And tithe pays the preacher for preaching and doing his whole duty and their retirement, and that covers the tithe. Now, what part pays for the lights? Not the tithe. Pardon? The church budget. Well, that didn't say anything about church budget, did it? But is there a need for church budget?